Welcome back to Dirt to Daytona, folks. We are done with the Truck Series. We have entered the Cup Series only. We are now in our sophomore season here in the Cup Series, but most importantly, we have a fully upgraded Cup car. We are ready to compete for a championship right away. We'll run this season. Hopefully, we'll get a championship next season. The competition will be even more difficult. Therefore, we will run a third and final season in the Cup Series. Not positive, but I think it's 36 races in this per season. I might be a little off. It might be 33 or a little less, but we've got a couple months left of content, and during that time, I'm also going to be setting up the NASCAR Heat 5 modded series. It's going to include subscribers of a Patreon I'm going to set up so that we can have a full RPG style series. Basically, you will be able to have a driver that starts from the basics just like me, and based on their performance, they will move from like the Truck Series, the Xfinity, to the Cup Series with me and be vying for championships as well. Anyway, though, we've got Daytona International Speedway to start it up. We have a new primary sponsor, the NSA Recruiting. We have a new paint scheme, old sponsors on the car, but that's okay, because after this race, we'll have all new sponsors on the car as well. Anyway, though, I'm going to get out there, do a little bit of testing, and we will see you at qualifying. I don't know. We should be in the 46s, but I'm not positive. I don't know if we can do it in 2 laps is why I'm not sure. All right, here we go. Lap number 1. Don't even have our tires completely heated up yet. This is our not so aggressive lap, so we'll just kind of keep it up towards the middle-ish area. Be more aggressive on the second lap. I'm hoping we get a low 47 here, though. Okay, 46.923. That's good. See if I can pull it down a little bit closer without being too close, you know? All right. It was actually a decent corner. It didn't go under 190. Love to hit 197 here. Not sure we're going to be able to do it. Yeah, maybe we will. Barely. About as good as I could do right there. If we get a 46.7 right now, I'd be pretty happy. It wouldn't be pole qualifying, but it would be up a little bit higher, so we're going to just dip it down here. Well, that was not great. Oh, it was a 46.7, though. Although that wasn't a great finish. There's the paint job. Can't really see it very well there, but all right, top 10 qualifying. I know we can hit the 46.5s, but we're gonna run this race, see what where we can end up.
Welcome to the Sunshine State and the birthplace of NASCAR, Daytona Beach, Florida. Since 1959, a driver's career can be made or broken at Daytona International Speedway. The 2.5-mile tri-oval has served as a proving ground for some of the greatest names in racing.
That's a good look at our car.
31 degrees of banking in the turns and incredible speeds on the straightaways have led to the inclusion of restrictor plates here. Aerodynamic drafting has become a must-have skill in order to stay with the pack and master Daytona.
Get set. The race is going green.
As usual, we'll focus on the first lap or so.
Still there. Car high. Still there.
It's so sucky because you're going so slow here and the controller is so sensitive. On Robbie Gordon's bumper right now. pushing him. But I need to focus more on me, not on him.
There.
Dale Jarrett right on our bumper.
Stay low.
Actually got kind of tight there for a second, so that's great. We're all over the place. Car feels fantastic on cold tires. Just get in front. That's the best thing to do. There's the cheering as we move into first place at Daytona.
Clear low.
Didn't take a lot. Everyone's still getting up to speed. I wouldn't mind pulling Robbie Gordon with me way out in front of everybody and then leaving him. $100-lap race, 30 in the tank, or 29 in the tank. It's 29, so we got 3 stops. Hopefully make this one out to about 70 laps, then 40, and then with 10 to go, it'll be a gas and go probably, unless there's cautions. You never know what happens. But with us out front, it's a lot less likely that there will be cautions because sometimes we're the menace. I try not to be, but sometimes we are. Race after this one, back to North Carolina Speedway, The Rock. We raced there just a few episodes ago. Oh, I guess it's probably more like 5 or so now that I think about it, but still, it's still fresh in my memory, and I very much enjoy that track, so that should be a lot of fun. Get into a groove, hopefully take down the competition. And I think I don't remember, but I think early season we have Bristol as well, so that'll be something where we try to get away from the norm that has been, and that's been us having problems on that track no matter how good we think we are. We'll try to change the way we drive it, make some appropriate adjustments, and end up in a better position. I just messed that up really bad. Is that going to cost us? Nope. Close though. What is up? This car, just any type of tiny tap I make is making this car go everywhere on the track. It's annoying. Can't wait to have a steering wheel so that the moves we're making are super finite moves. We're not all over the track unless we mean to be, hopefully. Anyway, though, these laps take, 46 seconds apiece. We're going to go ahead and run out our first stint. It's a long race, so we'll run this first stint out, and we'll be back with you. Caution, action, or pit stops. Oh, here's your action. We hit the wall.
Car high.
We're going to lose our first position, drop all the way back to 4th. We just got super tight. The car feels like crap anyway, so I don't know what's going on with the car. We just do not have control. It's every time I turn the steering wheel, it's like I go from being okay, and then it's just a sharp turn, and I let off just so I didn't do that, and we ended up shooting up the track into the wall, and there was no recovering from it, so now we have to drive around with damage on the car. Front and right is damaged for the rest of the stint. That sucks bad. But we put ourselves in this position, so we're going to have to do whatever we can to get back out there and get back up front. Compete with the leaders again. I mean, we're in 7th. It's not like we're not competing with the leaders, but we're obviously a leader-type car, and this is just unfortunate. So anyway, back to the speed up. Wow, dude. We'll be going around this one more time. And then we'll be heading into the pit ourselves. But I didn't expect that hit to happen there, so that kind of sucked. I might actually go around both times and come in with no laps left, crossing the... I might do it. I'm thinking about just trying to stay out as long as humanly possible on these two stints. Wow, that hit doubled our aero damage, though. That's not great. Ah! Oh, yes. That's why. That was why we were doing it. We will pit under caution with everybody else. And that... I mean, these guys came out. They're just going to be at the back of the... See, they're there. They'll be fine. Or will they be? They might not be fine. They might be sitting there waiting for us right now, which means they're all lapped down. Which, if Robbie Gordon and Ward Burton are lapped down, nobody here is upset about that. But I don't know if they will be. I really don't. Anyway, we'll see you after the caution. Who was in the caution, actually, though? I don't know who was damaged. We're going to find out right now. Ricky Rudd, the damaged car. Interesting.
Get set. The race is going green. There's the green flag. Still there. All clear. Stay low. Still there. Still there. Car high. Stay low. Still there. All clear. Still there. All clear. Still there.
Oh, I didn't realize that Dale Jarrett was a lap down, too. Now we're on the... technically on the tail. Well, now he's a lap down.
Stay low. Still there.
Very interesting.
Clear high.
I'd like to just go ahead and pass Mr. Ward Burton here as well, and it'd be real nice to walk
Still
away
there.
with
Best lap ever.
having these two. Wow, we almost were in the 45s. Be nice to have those two a lap down. I know Robbie Gordon's in with them, so 3. They had just pit. We were going to pit with them, but we ended up going around one more time, and then we were actually considering going down around even one more time after that.
Still
But the
there.
caution came out when we had one left in the tank, so that was pretty all right. I will say that Ward is the fastest on the track, so for him to be a lap down, the caution comes out now. We didn't get in front of him. I bet he could actually work his way up through the group and get back to the lead. He's that kind of car. But
Stay low. Still there.
he went up a little bit. I was just going to push him, but then he moved up a little bit, so we kind of caught his corner a little bit, but we're all right.
Still there.
And we're driving away from Gordon, Blaney, Bush, and Wallace, which is nice. Put ourselves in the best position possible to not have to worry about anything. It's the straight line speed that's getting me from these guys, and
Still there.
it's driving me nuts. It's not all of them. It's Gordon, Robbie Gordon, and Ward Burton are the two that really were able to do this earlier. But now Jeff Gordon gained a 10th on us in straight line as well, so I guess we'll just ride up behind Ward and see if we can just get that extra speed with him. And since he's a lap down, it doesn't matter. Even if he wasn't a lap down, though, we would just set him up.
Still there.
Because I know we can just set him up for a last lap pass.
Still there.
We need to make it, well, it doesn't really matter. I guess, obviously, if we can make it to under 60, like 58, 54, something like that, we'd be only needing to pit one more time after that. But that's that's saying a caution comes out. If one were to come out, I'd like it to come out at that point and not before then. Otherwise, anything past 56 to go, I feel real comfortable with pitting and knowing we only have to pit one more time in the race. And I will play it that way. Like, if a caution came out right now, I wouldn't pit. There's just no reason for it. Oh my goodness, as I say, if a caution comes out. What I would want is to have Burton behind me. Just because even though he's helping me kind of pull out in front of these guys, if he's in front of me at the line, we would end up, he'd be back on the lead lap, just at the back of it. Which, for his sake, would be great for him, but not what we want. Oh, it's so nice to have a car that drives straight now. That first stint, we were fighting with the car, pulling to the right the whole time because of that front right wheel damage. So every single time I get on the straightaway, I had to flick the analog stick to the left a little bit just to keep us going straight. And every time we got up next to Jarrett, who we were battling with that whole time pretty much, I was having to, I was kind of riding him up the track almost and then pull myself back down. It was pretty bad. But now we're doing all right. No damage on the car. Well, I think we might have front end, but that's just the regular front end that they couldn't fix from the pit stop. Ooh, that was close. I don't know. We'll look. Aero. If it's more than 1%, then we've kind of done. It's different than from the pit stop repairs. Oh, 3%. That might be from bumping people while drafting. Real sensitive. Not nearly the durability on this body that we had on the old car, and that was because we put the last upgrade on, which lightens up the car and puts lighter materials, which drops the durability by like 1 point something, whatever that equals, units. Looks like Gordon might be challenging us at some point. Not really sure how that's gonna go, because we just got a nice run on Burton to take a full lead in front of him. See if I can use him at that speed that we want. I see Robbie Gordon back there trying to get his lap, trying to get back up on this lead lap as well. Burton wants to ride the wall. I don't feel comfortable doing that, so I'm not going to. I'm just going to pull down, and I guess if Gordon gets here, we'll mess with Gordon. Otherwise, if Burton blocks him, then Burton blocks him. I don't really know what's going to happen. We've got 19 in the tank, though, and at the line it'll be 18, so we're going to finish out stint number 2. And we'll be back chatting with you. Caution action, pit stop. We are going to bring it around one more time. P1 at the line. I want to bring it around one more time and see what happens. Not really sure why the crowd is cheering. We were already leading, so that was weird. That was bad. That was scary.
All clear.
Yeah, with all the drafting we did, we had just a little bit extra in the tank, I assume, because we ended up,
You're low on fuel.
our one to go came after or in the middle of 1 and 2. So here we go. As we will come around in hopes to have a clean pit stop here. Why are we doing that? No, 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 don't do this. Don't do this to me. Don't.
Down.
We slowed down. We slowed down. Oh, we slowed. Ooh, that was horrifying. So we'll come back out on the track. Nobody here. Let's move up to the top because I'm sure that someone might show up and then we're going to need to move out of their way. Who is leading us right now? Steve Park's still on the track. I'll be pitting likely this time around. We had no gas in the tank. We couldn't have gone around another time, so he must have really saved a lot of gas in the pit, or he pit at a different time. I don't really know, but he's half a lap in front of us right now. So that part's interesting. Good news is we're still in the lead lap, so even if he's half lap ahead of us and doesn't pit for another 10 laps, it doesn't really matter to us. Of course, if he doesn't pit for another 10 laps, it would matter simply on the fact that we have to pit with about 10 to go, I believe. 10 or 12, something like that to go. What do we have in the tank? 29 in the tank, 28 at the line. We've got 40. Oh, he pit. 42, so yeah. 13, probably. Oh, we'll probably pit with 15 to go. I don't really know. Probably 15 to go. That's Robbie Gordon and Ward Burton behind us, which is right where, well, Gordon must have had a really good stop because Burton was the one that we were messing around with the entire time. Mark Martin, 1.6 seconds behind us, and then it drops off pretty steadily after that, so that's good. Oops, let's pay attention now. Robbie Gordon about to get back on the lead lap. Same with Ward Burton potentially here. Let's hopefully use Burton to give us the push back to in front of Gordon. These two are very fast today.
All clear.
I was thinking about it, and I remember somebody messaging me saying that when you upgrade your car fully, that's when the competition gets good, and I wonder if... I thought it was when you win the championship, but I might actually have messed up by upgrading our car completely by the end of the season, because as you can see up in turns 3 and 4 right now, we've got some, well, we have some cars, but we have run over a full stint and we haven't lapped anyone. In season 1, we were like 10 laps and we were being lapped by people and we were not in last place at all. So trying to figure out what's going on here, but I think we're actually getting that potential season 3 top tier racing right now in season 2 of the Cup Series. It's no matter to me. I still have every intention of winning this race and many others this season. But, and I guess for action purposes, it's good for you guys because it sounds like the races where I thought we were going to have a pretty good time now this year and just be dominant in our second year may not be the case if these cars are actually doing what I think they might be doing. We'll have to see, but as long as we're maintaining our nice little lead on Mark Martin, he's one of those cars, though, that all of a sudden out of nowhere he can get fast. That's always concerning for me when I'm trying to increase that lead and have a very clean race here at the end. As I said, we'll probably pit with about 15 to go. Looking like we've got clear skies in front of us. So we'll fast forward until we get into some lap traffic and I have some things to talk about there. Otherwise, as you can tell, not much happens throughout this whole portion. We're just driving Got some lappers behind us, but we have some that we're catching up in front of us. So if we get to them before we pit, that's when we'll chat next. Otherwise, we'll, I'm sorry, but not much to talk about. And watching me go around and laps without any action probably isn't a lot of fun. So we're just going to do what we do. And we'll get back with you. Caution action or pit stops. All right, here we go, up into lap traffic. This is where things could get a little interesting. So we pass McCabe, Mike Mack there. I don't remember who runs the 131, but this is going to be an interesting part where we got to get around two. We're just really sensitive in the corners again, and I don't know why. I feel like I want to tighten it up on the last little bit here. We'll find out what I do. The only good thing about this is it's putting a bunch of separation between us and Gordon and Burton. And you go, why would that matter? Because, again, those two have every opportunity to get in front of us, be on the lead lap, and then challenge us for the win. We just don't want anybody to challenge us for the win. So getting around that little group is going to hopefully be helpful in tripping up some of the cars behind us, because they will approach that group as well. Looks like, is that John Wood there? And then, again, I don't remember who that other car is. Oh, that's not Wood. That's a 161. Narrate you mind. I thought that we were going to head up and kind of get together with all of the lap cars here. They'd be in a bigger bunch, but it looks like they're fairly spread out. Should be interesting on the big tracks if we are racing against the best this year. And they're fully upgraded. Should be interesting on all the big tracks because you don't really get as much of an opportunity to lap them. On the shorter tracks, I just feel like even at their best, shorter tracks, 1.5 miles and below, I feel like we can do better with the equipment we have, even if they are upgraded, even if they are more challenging. It just feels like we have better equipment. Now, that's what I'm comparing to what I was able to do in the Truck Series. And win all but 2 races last year, one of which we didn't even participate in. So does that mean that that's what we're going to be able to do here in the Cup Series with the same type of competition? Probably not, because I have noticed there are differences between the Cup and Truck Series, and it's not just speed. The cars they all react very differently and such. So there is always the opportunity for these cars to be a lot more challenging in every track, much less just being on these large tracks that we have a nice lead on at this point. I guess we'll have to keep that one in mind as we go through the whole season, seeing about where we're at, what we're able to do against the competition this year. Regardless, we'll still do it again next year and see what happens there as well. So anyway, we're going to finish out our stint here. We've passed pretty much all the lap traffic we're going to get to. Ooh, we almost hit the wall. I was not turning nearly enough there. And as always, caution action. Pit stops. That's when we'll be back.
Yellow's out.
Caution flies, folks. I'm not sure what it was for, but we are in the window to pit under caution and finish this race out. That is big for us. That is exactly what we're going to do. Let's pit right here. And then we will see you after the caution. Couldn't have happened at a better time, to be honest. We got within that window. Very happy about that. So I got completely screwed coming off a pit road. Not really sure why that happened, but it did. So here we are, trying to work our way back up to the front. Hoping that nobody fades up into me right now.
Stay high. Still there. You're all clear.
Okay, so 3 wide, maybe not the play here. Let's sneak in
Still there.
so we can get around Mark Martin
Car
and
low.
fade back up. Nope, 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 nope.
Yellow's
All
out.
bad. It's all bad behind us. That was the big one.
There's a spin in turn 3. Car high.
We're gonna be pitting again.
Car high.
We're gonna be pitting again. Holy crap! Well, that all happened.
Car hit
So
pace car's out.
that was great. Well, wow, that was unfortunate. I was not in front, and now we're in 25th place. Unbelievable. Wow, we've got some work cut out for us, folks. It's gonna be an exciting finish. Stay tuned. All right, we have our work cut out for us, and it starts right now
There's the green flag.
as we cut to the inside and try to get past the early. Mark Martin just super damaged from that wreck. Opted to not repair the car. Not sure why. He's going to leave a lot of people behind him. We've got, 16 to go, I think, at the line it was. I didn't really look, but I was paying attention to where we were at the, during the caution as I would watch.
Stay high. Still there.
Need to make some moves. I mean, we've got some time, but I need to make some moves
Stay
here.
high. Still there.
We should have cut down, but we're fine. Looks like Brian McCabe up there is going to cause some issues. Gordon, who was up in the front with us, is back here now.
Still there.
Not sure if everyone has pit, and that's why we're so far back. I can't really recall. Well, I know why we're back. We're back because of the accident, but I'm not sure if all the leaders have pit, period. We're going to cut down to the inside, though, and try to figure this out. I don't know what we're doing. We got basically 3 wide everywhere. Skinner decides to run to the wall for no reason. I'm going to jump. Ugh, got cut off. There we go. I have to also be somewhat patient, obviously, making the mistake that I made that caused some issues in the last lap, or the last caution. Put us back here. Keep in mind, it's not even been a full lap yet. We had a nice run that put us up into Stewart.
Still there.
We're limited by these triple-digit cars up here.
Still there. Still there.
I hope that 131 doesn't come down on us. He did not, thankfully. We're going to run off the corner.
Still there.
Labani pushing us up the track right now. I completely let off the control there for a second. That was brilliant of him. I'm going to go ahead and push him down the track now. Not really appreciating that drive up into us. Ooh, we got shoved up that time, but we also got a run on Marlin.
Still there.
This is not high intensity at all with 13 to go. I would like to push Kenseth in front of Echo Park, but that doesn't appear to be happening. So we'll go down behind Bush. Got the triple digits on the inside. See, they're not, I mean, we're not smoking them, so I think that we're getting the cars we would have gotten in Season 3, if I'm being completely honest. I mean, look at them. We're not just like flying up and passing these cars. And I feel like had I not completely upgraded the car before the end of the season, we wouldn't have been doing this. So we'll see how the rest of it goes. But, oops. That's not great for us when we're trying to get a win. 12 laps to go and we're in 9th place. And I see 2 cars way out in front. But that might be, yeah, that's Burton and Robbie Gordon. So I guess a victory isn't out of reach, but it may be. I don't know if any of these cars are going to be pitting or if they've already pit or what. Did they pit under caution with us, or are they all going to start pitting now? We got another car up in the wall and Kenny Schrader. That's for position.
Still there.
Jeff Burton, John Andretti, Casey Atwood. Looks like we got Earnhardt Jr., which we're going to use his draft right now to pull us up.
Clear low.
Get us up into the top 5. Oh, that's not Junior. That's Ricky Rudd.
Still there.
Rudd's not for position. Junior's farther up.
Clear low. Car high.
Rudd being one of those normal contenders that we'll see on the track later this season as being a car that's in there for the victories. Of course, remember, we're looking for like 20 plus top 5 races this year to be where Mark Martin was last year. Getting a really nice run off of Jarrett right now. 10 left in the race. Oh, speaking of Mark Martin, still not up to speed. He is running very slow as we kind of work our way around him. Getting up to Bobby Hamilton. Is that Elliott Sadler leading the race? I think so. We're going to use him right now. Get us up past Hamilton. See if I can get some kind of a good run as they go into the corner here. Get around him. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think we're going to stall out here, but I think that this is going to be more of an effort at the end. So we're going to try to get up to Sadler and get in front of Blaney. But I'm just not sure. Oh, look at that. We got into the 45s. All right, here we go. Now let's use Blaney behind us to get pushed in front of Sadler. Get back to the lead. Oh, Blaney got a really good run. Oh, that was almost bad. I started to cut down and the car kind of caught and went down. He's got Hamilton behind him pushing him. Let's see if we can use Sadler then. He's got that lead on us. Ah, we lost it. Sadler got a run. No, Sadler doesn't ever run. Oh, Sadler gets in behind Hamilton. Let's see if we can get in behind Blaney and in front of Hamilton. Whoops. That's fine. He's fine. All right, we got 8 laps to go to figure out how we're going to get around Blaney with Bobby Hamilton and Elliott Sadler in the mix. Be nice if we could catch the guys in front, but they're so far out there because we could use them up. Oh, we're getting some push right now from Hamilton. A little bit. Oh, Blaney still had us cleared. All right, that's all right, though. I mean, I can do the backup thing and then get around him. Back up just a little bit. Give him just that space. Let Hamilton catch up to us and give us the push. Thought Hamilton would have a little bit better push, but here we go. We'll be side by side going in the corner. Back in the lead. Big time racing for you folks here at the Daytona 250. Because we run half the race. But you get it. It's our 500. Let's get up in front of Blaney. They run high. Drop right down. See how far I can pull off. Yeah, he's behind Hamilton now. Now we got Bobby Hamilton running with us. Blaney dropped down big time by being so high on the track and not being able to run tight on the line. We have got just 6 laps to go and a 3/10 lead over Bobby Hamilton. Looks like the 3 of the 4 cars behind us have all stacked up and are using the draft. Not sure if we're going to see them start to gain on us in the next few laps or if they're going to not work together. So we hold a 4/10 lead over Hamilton. We're going to try to just keep it as tight to the line as possible without touching the apron and wrecking our race. Now we're into 5/10, and maybe Elliott and Hamilton will battle it out. And that'll give us some space. But it looks like they're kind of in a line right now, so maybe not. We're definitely holding it deep inside right now. Car is pulling to the left all of a sudden. That wasn't happening at all. I'm sure we have damage from getting around everyone. We booped a couple people. Nothing that caused them any kind of strife, but we did have a couple bumps on other cars, and although we are seemingly pulling away from these guys. Oh, is Blaney? What happened to Blaney? He drops back. Is he pitting? Interesting if he ended up running out and needed a pit with just a handful of laps left in the race. We're coming up on Mark Martin's damaged car again. He'll probably finish 38th or 39th. I don't know. There were a number of cars on that were off the track for a lot of the race, which is why he's going to complete the race. He must have had too much damage to fix under caution for it to make sense for him to come out and try to finish this race all damaged up like that. You know, the big one happens at every Daytona race, and it doesn't matter what the cause of it is. There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of stuff going on between you and the other drivers, and let's just put it real bluntly, shit happens. But we also pit after that caution, dropped ourselves all the way to the back of the lead lap, and had to drive ourselves up to the position that we're in now. But we did it in a legit way, so I feel pretty good about that overall. I also see Bobby Hamilton and Elliott Sadler not gaining, but also not going away, so with the 2 laps left that we have to hit our marks as well as possible in order for us to come away with this victory. And it will be sort of the Dirt to Daytona goal. Start in the Dirt Series and then win at Daytona. Of course, the next goal and the ultimate goal is to win the Cup Championship, but it is great to be able to come out here, battle through adversity throughout, and work our way up through and be in the position we're in at this very moment, under a second ahead of the top 2 cars, looking to get our first Daytona win in the Cup Series. Of course, we have the Daytona night race, another opportunity. Obviously, it's not the Great American Race, it's not the big one, but it is another opportunity at this track. Of course, we'll be here again next year, hoping to come out and do even better. But I really believe that the cars are either going to be as good or better next year as well. We've got, 3 corners left to go. Now 2 as we come out of 1 and 2. We have maintained that exact 0.6 and 0.7 second lead. And I feel like if Hamilton and Sadler would have gotten together and drafted with each other, they've been kind of running side by side this whole time, they may very well have been able to team up and pass me. As you can see up in front of us, Gordon and Burton both running side by side as well. Similar situation. They might have been in a better spot had they worked together. But folks, we are going to come home with the Daytona 500 victory. We win our first Great American Race in the Cup Series, and I feel like we did it with some decent fashion there, as we did a great job of being up front most of the race. Then ended up in an accident. Had to come from the back of the lead pack to get ourselves up to the lead and into this victory. Top 5, Tony Savoy, Bobby Hamilton, Elliott Sadler, Kurt Busch, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. With that victory, we'll walk away with over $500,000, and we haven't even gotten our sponsorships on point yet, so that is incredible. Racing is back in a big way this season, proven by the record crowd of enthusiastic fans at Daytona who showed up to watch Tony Savoy master the track and capture the checkered flag. With that victory, we have $2.4 million in the bank, a nice chunk of change there. Our next race, as I said earlier, will be at North Carolina Speedway. We're big fans of that track, looking forward to getting out there and getting the biggest chunk we can of that $1.2 million pot. But folks, that is going to do it for this episode. I do want to take a moment out to say thank you so very much for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. And until next time, and as always, you take care.